Vice Chair Yarbrough.
I read through this and I was remembering we made an exception for a developer in the PED area because the units that they were talking about really weren't suitable for a business at all. And so it was a very special, limited exemption that we passed. This is a general kind of exemption. And the thing that I'm troubled by is this is part of our central business district. It's set up for businesses. It's not set up to be a residential community totally. Businesses provide dollars in revenue for our city. And I've been told by Jim Caddick, who was the prior finance director, that basically what you're looking at is that businesses provide positive revenue for the city on net, but residences at best are neutral or actually don't contribute the full amount to the cost of what it takes to support them. So I think this is an area I'd like to not see us lose those businesses. In addition, this is going to be precedent setting because if we okay this here, it basically opens up ground floor residential throughout the whole central business district and will be precedential for anyone else coming in saying, we want that too. I don't think that's the thing we ought to be doing. We lose our businesses' sites little by little, and once they're gone forever. They're not coming back. We need those to keep the city thriving. And one of the things I've heard in the past is our job really is to make decisions to benefit the citizens of Woodinville, both those who live here and those who have businesses here, to the best extent possible, while so that we can also meet the needs of the city and the state mandates and so forth. So one of the things that happens is when we make recommendations, we see that some who will say, gee, I was a loser in this one, and others will say, I was a winner on that one. That's our job, to protect the city and take care of the needs of the city. I don't think this is a positive for the city, so I'm not in support of that. In addition, putting in a 10% affordable component, I think is incorrect. It ought to be a minimum of 20%, because if we're going to go ahead with something like this and give them that kind of benefit, the city needs to get a meaningful benefit back. But on net, I simply cannot support this proposal.
Thank you. Anybody else? Commissioner Meza.
Thank you. I agree with Commissioner Yarbrough's statements. In addition, I wanted to add that this particular part of Woodinville has a lot of small minority-owned businesses that would be greatly affected if we pass these changes. As stated, businesses add revenue to our city, but more importantly, having those diverse small businesses adds resiliency to the city. Anytime we develop to promote, big box stores or big businesses to come in, anytime that they decide to leave, they're a big portion of our economy, and that has a great impact. Whereas having a lot more smaller, diverse businesses, if one of them fails, it's not as big of a deal. Usually another one comes in, replaces it. But having big businesses come in, demand whatever they want, and then leave whenever they want, greatly affects our economy and our community. So for those reasons, I also cannot support this. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Commissioner Krebs.
Yeah, when we look at these, everything's always in a snapshot of the moment in time that we're in. So right now, Twisted's there. It's a unique cultural experience for Woodinville. It's really the only place like that nearby. Seattle has places like that. But in the future, maybe Twisted goes away. Something similar comes into its place. But if we just build residential, then that, I guess, benefit to the city is gone forever. It's just housing.
Okay, I think you have direction there that the majority of the planning commission does not want to make any changes.
Yeah, so what would be best to do on this then is that I just need you to take a formal vote on that your recommendation is not to change anything, and then we'll work with the council with the rest of it.
All right,
I
move
have
to
a
not
motion.
make changes to
I have a
the code.
motion by Commissioner Krebs and a second by Commissioner Mesa to not make any changes to the zoning in this area. Is there any further discussion? Maker of the motion, Mr. Krebs?
No further discussion, thank you.
Anybody else?
I guess
Vice
I
Chair.
strongly support this motion. As I stated earlier, I hate to see businesses disappear, and I think this is a special area in and of itself. And the businesses we have there, I want to see them thrive. I recognize develop comes along and so forth, but I see no point in eliminating businesses, because I know that development will come in, they'll put in apartments, and those businesses were gone and gone forever. So I would strongly support the motion.
With that, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nay? Abstain? All right.